Hello, everyone. We are here. We are back with Revenge of the Gith, Season 4, Episode 15. Did we make it to 15? Okay, we made it. Listen, these past 5 months have been extraordinary. But yes, hello, friends. We are back. Let's go ahead and, first of all, the mods are against me. Second of all, just plotting things. Let's just go around the table, let everyone introduce themselves and their characters and all that good stuff. And of course, the awkward question that our Dungeon Master has for us. Rob, take us away, fam.
Dungeon Master, that sounds like me. So I'm Robbie Roy, and tonight, I'll be your GM for the evening. And I want to know the Nine Hells is a very diverse plane. There's canyons and fiery pits and icy realms. So if your character was a lord or lady of hell, what would their domain look like aesthetically?
Hi everyone, I'm Montana. I play Throxan Satisfied. A level 14 Circle of the Moon Druid, and just a one level of Warlock. And his lair would probably be full of rotting food, and people would want to eat it because there's nothing else in hell to eat, and it'd be people just moving around. And There'd probably be a river or a lake of some kind. I'm not sure what. Probably bile.
Wow.
Amazing.
Okay. Hello, I am Obadiah. I will be playing Hong Uzi, a half-drow warden extraordinaire. And his cozy little corner of hell would it'd be a city that seems well ordered at first glance, and indeed, lawbreakers are heavily punished, and everyone has broken some kind of law, right? Absolutely. Frankly, everybody's got to break a little bit of law to get by. Like that's just living. Not like there's a lot of paying legitimate work to go around. And there's the trap. And there's the torment.
All right, everyone. I'm Robin, and I play Proserpina, the Tiefling Arcane Archer and Alchemist, who is definitely going to be talking about her mechanical assistant pretty soon. But if I had to stay here and become a Lady of Hell, it would be this a deceptively small farmstead would be the domain. Always right at harvest, always ready for the sheep to be sheared, always ready for the cows to be milked, the goats to be milked, the fields to be taken care of, and yet the simple task is all you have to do is complete the work and you're free to go. But the moment you get halfway through the fields, the crops grow back. The moment you get through halfway through the burning steel wool on the sheep, it comes right back.
Man, my Stardew Valley's been glitching out really bad.
Yeah. More like Starfall Valley.
Exactly.
Hello, everyone. My name is Val. The cat keeps pacing. Today I play Anja Desmere. She is the half-drow blade-singing wizard here. And if she was to have a lair, like a domain in hell, well, we've kind of had a glimpse of that because we've seen her magnificent mansion. Everyone who is sent to her domain will be turned into small woodland animals and forced to do her chores. Lots of them will be rearranging all of her books either in one day they will be in alphabetical order and then publishing order and then genre order and then genre order and numerical and of course all at the same time having to deal with the fact that she'll be drunk the entire time. So you have to
Right.
babysit a drunk half elf. Yeah. Hmm.
And you know what this stream's domain is? Roll20. We're a Roll20 spotlight stream. We've been using Roll20 for the entire campaign and having a great time. I do all the music and like ambiance through it. It's super easy and convenient. So big thank you to Roll20 there.
Puritan.
And if the people at home wanted to make an impact on how if they think they have a better way to make it
Mm.
spookier or darker, I'm just so frustrated because I can't think of a way for them to do that,
Oh
Val.
man, like
Goodness.
it's okay, Rob. I got you. It's fine. So you can do that. You can affect this game with your bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies will give a reroll to anyone that you see here that has a camera, including our dungeon master. If you subscribe or give subs to the channel, you can give us nat 20s or nat 1s. So as earlier, while we were in Splash, Obi gave me a nat 20, and then Lich gave Rob a nat 20. So yeah, giving GMs, that kind of resource is just wonderful.
Always goes well.
I always trust my DMs to use their nats at the best storytelling options. Always do. Hello, sir. Can I? Anyway, it's my large son. If you would like to donate to the stream, it's a sliding scale donation through Coffee and Streamlabs. It starts at $3 Canadian. You can make shit happen. You can make anything happen within the boundaries of our lines and veils because of safety reasons. It's always at Rob's discretion, of course. But yeah, just donate money. We are talking today. If you want us to stop streaming, that's like $1 million. Just give it to us. We'll get paid. We'll pay our taxes on it, pay off some student loan debt, and we'll just stream something else. It's fine.
The price of this has gone way up. I will mention it was like somewhere in the thousands.
I want to make sure that my people get their student loan debt paid off. Okay, like that $1 million, I have a tenth of that for my student loans. Just remember this. Anyway. You can also have unicorns appear here as well, with money. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what you can do. That's us. And without further ado, Rob, just go ahead and make us things.
I would love to go ahead. I just am concerned that the people at home might also want a way to make the game more chaotic.
Oh God, that's right.
Speaking of thousands.
So hey y'all. Hey, what's up? I'm only 43 followers away from 1K. We're at 957. I think I'm doing that math right. We have been fluctuating the entire month between like 954 and 956. And so finally we have gotten to 957. And I'm like, we got this. We only have 5 episodes left. But if we get to 1,000K, 1K, not 1,000K, 1K. Whew, I've been up since 4. We will have a deck of many things appear for us
that
to
episode,
use.
I want to make it clear. I will make it appear that episode.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, doesn't matter. So, if you haven't followed us yet, if your mom hasn't followed us yet, if your friends, if your cat, if your cat has an account, make them follow us. Now,
if they don't have an account, what are you doing? How you want them to just watch as a lurking guest? Well, come on, be nicer to your cat. Get them a Twitch account.
I know people that have accounts for their turtles, so get an account for your cat. With that, now Rob, you can take us away on our adventure.
Of course. And so we are going to go once again to the realm of Oriole, which 2 years ago was invaded by the Gith Yankee, and they put it under martial law. But we're less concerned with Oriole and the many schemes going on, although the party has been embroiled in a lot of important events like finding maybe one of the last nautiloids, an ancient mind flayer ship capable of traveling great distances and more, as well as retrieving a very powerful celestial blade from the abyss. But now they find themselves embroiled with some drama concerning Tiamat, goddess of chromatic dragons and greed. the party, more specifically Throck the Unsatisfied's home, was taken over by a exceptionally powerful adult red dragon, which the party, through some stories and dreams, found out to be none other but the first ever red dragon, Bloodtail, a infamous pirate, think like Blackbeard in our world, that was so wealthy and greedy and so ambitious that Tiamat game recognized game and cursed slash turned him into a red dragon. And so the party, after doing a little bit of flirting, we'll basically just say hyping up of Throck, the party went to Throck's home and had a brief conversation with Bloodtail in which Throck realized that he and Bloodtail may have a couple of things in common. And Throck made the promise to not only take Bloodtail to hell with permission and help from his patron, Cerberus, gatekeeper of hell, but also help fight Tiamat? Question mark, exclamation point. And so we will come back in the kind of clearing that you all had met up with. If I remember correctly, you all said you would take like the evening to rest and then do the plane shifting in the morning. So it is getting close to like it's like late afternoon. You got a good amount of day left. What y'all doing?
Throck's probably just sitting in the water,
Mhm.
like waist deep, just kind of sitting there, patting the water, just thinking about everything that's going on.
Suzy's gonna takes time to walk over and like take on and so like so what are we doing exactly? Because I feel like we've made some calls before, maybe taken some risks. We've made some executive decisions. Some of them have even paid off. This one feels kind of. I think like if we just show up here, we're gonna die. We're gonna die in hell. I don't want to die in hell.
Yeah, I don't want to die either. But I have to help in any way I can.
Are you sure you can help by dying in hell? You feel what? It's supposed to have like 90 heads or something.
I think it's more like 10.
That's still too many. Like multiple heads for each of us. With heads left over for the dragon that she made.
Well, we did fight a multi-headed monster before.
It wasn't a Lord of Hell.
No. No, it wasn't.
I mean, like, can he even hurt her? Is that possible? Like, honestly, can he even hurt her?
I didn't think about that.
Does he know if he can hurt her? Is that a?
I don't think it matters to him.
It should. Like it's, and I'll be real. Like I come from a culture that has, when it comes to some righteous ass vengeance, you know what? I kind of get where it's coming from. I'm on board with helping him absolutely hurt Tiamat as badly as he possibly can. I respect this man's goals, but can you even do it at all?
Hmm.
Honestly, is this a thing? Do you know?
Huh?
Is that like,
I
are there like,
do know that the dragons fear Tiamat because
She's their
I,
fucking god?
yeah, and I know that dragons can't be hurt by their own breath. And now thinking about it, I think Tiamat has all of the breath. So I think that they can't hurt them with their breath. But Tiamat is still flesh. So claws could hurt it, I think.
You know, I don't know if this is canon or anything. This is all just like in character, but I read a storybook one time. It was really, 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 really old. Um, that part of the steps of becoming a god is killing one.
That's a very complicated thing.
It's one
If
of the
you
steps.
kill a god, you don't just become a
No,
god.
again, one of the steps. Like, I doubt that you can become a god if nobody worships you, because that's like part of the thing, right? Like, one of the steps. So, I mean, if he's successful, he's step one down.
and if he's got a plan for after this, you know what? I respect his ambition, but I I feel like, okay, right. I think we might have identified the big problem here. He can't, he cannot. He definitely cannot. Like, we can't just take him there and like, because I mean, like, I'm gonna be real. I don't think I can take Tiamat. I don't think all of us can take Tiamat. And if we're right about this whole breath thing, he's worse off than all of us. Like, like if I hit her really hard, I could probably take a couple scales. Maybe he can't even do that.
You would probably just like disintegrate within her aura of dragonness if you got close enough to punch her. I'm just saying. Like, did you
And
feel?
also help.
Yeah,
She's
and also
definitely
help.
in control of that.
Listen, okay, listen. Is she like just drinking wine straight out of the bottle? Listen. But if we don't get him to hell, he's gonna continue to try and get into hell, and that is the problem. So
I'm just saying, like maybe we kind of figured out what we actually need to do to fulfill this whole help him thing.
all
We
we
need,
need
to
to
get
do
him
is get
something.
in there. We just get him inside, and then we get the fuck out.
I don't think that's good enough for Brock. I don't think help. I don't think help me kill Tiamat is good enough if he just shows up. Like I think we got I think he's got to do a little something extra, and I think that's it. I think the best shot we can give him is if we make him able to actually hurt her. I think that's it. I think that's our problem. We got to solve that.
Uh, does does anyone here have, I guess, that kind of power? I guess not.
You know, like Hongozi like hold up his hands like I might know some.
Look, the best I can do, and I don't even know if this is something that I can do yet in such a little amount of time, but the best I could do is spend a little money and get some of his genetic material and use George's notes to copy clone inside of my book and maybe start a clone of him. But the thing is that he has to survive long enough for the clone to be made. Because I am at that level to where I can do that now. And I have, it just like holds up the notes. I got it! But, you know, it costs money and it takes a lot of time. And I don't think that's something that he's going to reward us. Otherwise, I can slap a haste on his ass and then leave.
That, are we thinking that does it sound like perhaps this might actually be the best option? Because I mean,
what are you pointing at, like out of characterly? Because I'm just seeing your wrist.
He's like pointing at like his gauntlets, which like have before. He's caught through them before. Wall.
I need you to explain this to
Your
me.
god.
Yeah, he is strongly implying that perhaps Wolf might be willing to step in. The product will probably require something, but you know, not like they have to pay that.
That's your god. You handle that. All right, so this is what's up. She's gonna look at it. Throck, I will go with you to hell. But when I leave, you can come with me. You don't have to if you don't want to. If you're not satisfied, you're your own person with your own agency, just as I am. But I will be there to give you the opportunity to get the fuck out. But I'm not staying. And I'm not fighting Tiamat. I'm gonna put my foot down on that one.
I understand. I also feel responsible to my clan. Dying's not going to help them. Do you know anyone who's powerful enough to help us?
I've only got one. I've only got one idea. I think Walt might be willing to do something for him. I think the question is, you know, he ain't gonna do it for free.
That's a price that you're gonna have to pay because I'm not owing anything to her.
That's a price that he's gonna have to pay.
Or, like, the royal you. Like, whoever wants to ask something of her because I'm not. Like, I got out of that at the skin of my teeth, okay?
Like, listen, if he's willing to get in with her, maybe he can even come out of this. Maybe he's actually got a future after.
I mean, if his patron is okay with that.
But to be clear, like he's like talking about Bloodtail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think we all know exactly what Bloodtail's gonna want to do with the patron, so I don't think that's a problem.
So it's Loth or nothing.
There's
a lot of lords in hell, right? Maybe he wants to get into that.
There's
Asmodeus would probably love a dragon.
I mean, there's
everyone go ahead and roll me history checks.
Ooh.
See how much hell lore you might know.
Listen, I did not skip this elective.
All right. So, amazing. So, like, Hong Uzi, you have like a kind of a very surface level understanding.
Yeah, I know, I
of
know,
how-
I know that Asmodeus is a thing. That's a
Yeah. So basically, I'll just keep talking, and then at a certain point, I'll just say that this is just what Anja knows. But first of all, the Lords of Hell are categorically backstabbers when they want to be, and it benefits them. Just in recent, for like a Lord of Hell history, the first layer of Hell changed ownership when a fallen angel kicked out the devil who was in charge of it. The second layer of Hell, Dis, is basically the hub of bargaining and deals and transactions within the plane with the Iron City of Dis. And you don't think Asmodeus would probably not care too much because Anja, you know that Tiamat is trapped in hell because of some bargain made with Asmodeus. So he probably wouldn't stop anyone from doing it, but he probably also wouldn't like outright help them unless it really, really benefited him more than trapping God in hell, which he owns, already does, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, but definitely, I mean, there's not really. I'll put it this way: there's probably no devil in hell that likes Tiamat.
Yeah.
It's just a question of what's gonna get them to actually want to fight Tiamat. That's a very different thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna stop us if we're like, yo, we're just here to beat up Tiamat and take her lunch money. They'll probably just laugh at us and be like, yeah, haha, sure, go ahead, puny mortals. But I do want to point out, we still have a little bit of time. And Throck and Proserpine here have not met our ghostly wizard yet. That could possibly grant some kind of favor or wish for either of them. I can... Here's what's up. I can get us there. But we would have to plane shift from there because dragon and everything. Because even if we slept and came back, teleport and plane shift take up the same resource for me. So I wouldn't be able to get us out of hell the next day if I teleport us back. But that is an option.
I mean, wizards. No offense when I say that. Isn't he just like also a wizard? I mean, he casts spells that most people can't, but that kind of it.
I mean, there's some really, really powerful spells in our repertoire. I am not there yet, but if I don't die in hell, I will be. So, I would like to get to that point. I have nothing else going for me right now except to build a tower and recluse myself, and people come to me to grant their wishes. So that's my life goal right now. I would like to live for this.
Listen. I think we're both on the same. I think we're both on the same page here.
Okay.
We're not dying for this. I'm just saying, like, is this guy worth our time? Can he do what we need him to do? I'm not sure if he can.
He could. Here's the thing, we could go ask, and if he's not, then we just plane shift from there, bring the dragon into hell, and then maybe, like, escort him through the corridors. I don't know, I've never been. And then we leave. Or I leave, and you can come with me.
I'm not sticking around. It's not my... If I'm going to be stranded in any plane, I don't think it should be that one.
Where is the wizard? A ghostly... What?
He's up in Lindum, right? Or close to Lindum?
No, he's outside of Malja. That was like season 1.
Oh, right, he is outside of Malja, yeah.
Yep. Benbound.
I think relative to us is southeast, I think.
Yes. Or actually, it's pretty due east. Or
Oh.
no, sorry, it's due west,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
I think.
Almost
Yeah,
northwest.
close to like towards like Apex Temple and shit like that, right?
Like y'all are here,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. Like on the map, it's pretty northwest.
Okay. So I mean, we wouldn't be that off from plane shifting. In fact, the dragon can just fly there. He's probably big enough.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably at least.
I mean, we should definitely tell him.
Yeah, at this point, do we want to talk? Do we want to like bring him in? I feel like at this point, you can at least have some input.
Bloodtail is not really into. He didn't seem really into cooperating. Besides us doing what he wants.
This is just an extra step to getting to what he wants.
Do we need him to be there?
Well, when we plane shift there, we're gonna need him, so he can just meet us there in the morning if he wants.
Well, couldn't we just fly there? We are still wind.
I mean,
we could
unless
do
he is also he's a very large red dragon. I don't think people are gonna not notice.
that is true. Flying past Mulja.
You know,
I mean, as a very large red dragon, he could probably look like anything he wants to as well. I don't know if you know this, but dragons are technically sorcerers.
I mean, would he care? I mean, I'm sure it's not much of a problem for him if, you know, some people go, hey, what's that red dragon doing? But, you know, when that red dragon transforms and lands, maybe that's questions for us that we won't have good answers for. That's why I'm saying I think we should, like, I don't know what you did, but you managed to talk him in. You got him to come to these terms. Maybe you can at least talk him into discussing how he might succeed.
Well, if we're close enough, like, let's just win there, and then we'll teleport back, and then I'll sleep, and then I'll have it back in the morning. We don't have to worry about it. You
could also, because I think wind lasts the whole day, does it not?
Yeah.
So you could just wind back as well.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even have to teleport back if you didn't want to.
Should we tell him that we're going to be right back so he doesn't think we're trying to screw him?
I think that if we just don't show up tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen because of that. But I think we can go and come back.
I'm sure.
Hands the bottle to Proserpina. Here, have some of this. You're gonna need it.
Oh, yeah, I've kind of gathered that. Just let me finish this.
Actually, Lily also adds a pair of earbuds.
Okay. Just let me put these D cells in right here and. Oh, it works. And you see this little mechanical suit just sort of bouncing around.
Oh my god! It's a metal goat!
Oh, there's my BA4.
Huguzzi, you have a child now!
I'm not ready for this.
Don't worry, we'll work on the other stuff when we get back from hell. We're getting back from hell, right?
I'm getting back from hell. If I even go at this point, we'll see. I haven't decided if I'm going 100% yet. We'll see how this trip to the Wizard Tower goes.
Shall we go then?
Let's go see a wizard. What was his name again, Rob?
Benbaum, the Magnificent.
Let's go see Benbaum, the Oh man, let's go.
All right.
You haven't even had that much. Come on.
I have had this whole bottle, sir.
So you step back into wind and fly across the countryside, leaving the mostly ruined swamp, flying back over the forest right outside of Malja to the outskirts of town. Kind of, there's like there's the extra district that got added on, then the farmland around that, and then past that a little bit is familiar to two of you. The large manor that holds up and bound the magnificent.
Uh, we can just, we can just show up. It's fine. It's when he starts, you'll be, and then like Hungry is gonna knock on the door. This is legitimate.
It just like
yeah, hey, yeah, we got two new ones. You like come through the ceiling or something? I know you do entrances.
Can I get you to make a perception check, Honghuzi?
Sure. Let's see what happens. Section 19.
Let me make a roll here. So as you say that, you feel a tapping on your shoulder as appearing behind you, right behind you, is a tall, ghostly, skeletal figure. Like, think like stereotypical wizard look, but undead. Ooh, hello! I remember you.
like jumps, and also like it's like kind of like, but people are looking at his face, kind of see like that. That God, you're pretty good.
I know. I'm a master of my craft.
Yeah. So, this is Pina, and this is Brock. They're doing some quests, and also I've got a strange question for you.
Those are the best kind.
Oh God, it's the voice.
If you were looking to help a red dragon kill Tiamat, what would you think is really important for them to get?
Bring something other than dragons. Probably is a good first step.
I mean, I thought so too.
Now I'm going to make a check for them, for the lovely Ben Baum. Well, I suppose if they were a shadow dragon, that could do it. I'd help, I suppose.
How does a red dragon become a shadow dragon? Is that a
Ooh, there's a few ways. First, if a dragon happened to wander into the Shadowfell and live there for years upon years, the plane would crush their soul and very being to a shadowy visage of its former selves. Or, if they could find a pure mote of deep, true shadow, kind of difficult to find, but possible, then their form will be changed, and unlike their fiery breath, their breath would sap life from those it hits instead.
that's something. That is something. So
It could also always become a Draco Lich, but that's some difficult stuff.
that takes a lot of time.
Oh, it sure does, and I'm told.
And I think in in the scenario here, red dragon's probably not patient exactly.
They aren't usually not known for that, no. Green dragons, now they can scheme.
Green dragons.
I mean, obviously, this is a broad generalization, so of course it's more of a case by case basis.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Everyone's different.
Yeah, probably don't.
Oh, dragons are the same, yo.
Of course not. It's more just Tiamat infused each color of dragon with certain aspects of their being, and so the scheming part is more deeply rooted within
Oh, we
green
lost
dragons.
Montana. Mm-hmm.
Probably had an internet thing.
Yeah, we lost Montana. So our camera's a little bit messed up. I'll get on board with that.
I think that's find a motive. Where did
Oh, he's back.
there we go.
We did it. We're back.
So yeah, anyway, Montana, this is I think I can he probably wants to introduce himself, honestly.
The magnificent at your service.
Do you know how to find that shadow, that thing that you were talking about?
I mean, I could certainly figure it out, given enough time.
Until tomorrow morning.
Ooh, that's a short timetable. But probably.
Is there any way that we can infuse the dragon with radiant energy?
Yes, I suppose if it could survive in the plane of positive energy or got some kind of divine infusion, it could theoretically also. However, there's not. It's much harder to find pure radiance.
I mean, I know somebody. It's
Well, maybe then.
You want? Do we ask her now? Is that a? We just check. Can you ask her now? Is that an option?
I mean, I have sending. But I mean, like, this is. I don't know how she's gonna feel about it.
How you gonna feel? Plan F?
I don't know. I honestly don't know, my friend.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have wish within your repertoire, sir?
What do you think I am?
Can't you just wish the shadow energy inside the dragon, or the radiant energy inside the dragon?
Well, it's a little more complicated because it's a pure essence. It would be potentially problematic.
Everything is potentially problematic at this point.
Is it one of those?
Wait. Do we need? You said pure radiance. I pull out the sword.
Whoa! Now we're cooking. That's one of the most potent sources of divine magic I've ever seen.
mean, if it'll help this dragon friend of Throg's.
I don't know your attachment level to this blade, but just wanted to put out there it probably wouldn't still be in your hands if you infused it.
Well, I mean, I'm more of an archer anyway.
Sure.
Are you sure, Proserpina? Because that is legitimately the most powerful thing that we own.
I know. And it did a really big number on Cardinal Resta's zombie person thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Do we have anything else we could use? I mean,
Nothing like that. And I mean, I figure it's
I could certainly wish for you all to know the locations of some pure essences. It's just manipulating them with arcane magic has the potential for catastrophe. There's a reason why you don't see wizards going out and grabbing the stuff for spells.
is it like one of those kinds of catastrophes that gets people coming after you on principle?
It could.
I mean,
I'm
you're
also
already
just
dead.
saying, for instance, it could just take all of the countryside around here and punt it into the Shadowfell forever. If something goes terribly wrong,
We almost got ourselves killed trying to make that not happen. Probably shouldn't do that. I don't want to feel kind of bad. You're doing that. That's no. I think we might have if we want to help this guy out. I think that might. I think it might be our best option. I think the sword might be our best option. It's not. It doesn't have consequences. You know, the kind of consequences that we don't want to deal with. That nobody wants to deal with.
I mean, even just letting the dragon, giving him the ability to wield it, is something that can happen.
And we know exactly what he's going to do with it.
I mean, what Tiamat did to him is a great injustice, after all.
yeah.
We also have to consider if he dies down there, the sword stays down there too.
True.
it
I
has
mean-
probably become a prize of Tiamat's hoard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe we just make sure that all the other lords of hell know exactly what she has if he gets it, and that's the end of that.
You can let all the lords of hell know. Because when you say we should just let the lords of hell know, you're asking the person that can actually communicate with things on other planes to just talk to them. I don't want to talk to them.
Listen.
You can do it.
You don't like I'm talking about spreading. I'm talking about spreading some actual rumors, and you want to know how you do that? You talk to somebody who knows somebody, and guess who knows somebody who gives us permission to show up in the first place. Look at it.
Okay, you can do that. Throck. I'm gonna turn to Throck. Humusi and I can't get anything out of this guy because we've already gotten stuff out of him, so it's you and Proserpina. Mostly you. Because Proserpina, I wouldn't waste your stuff because we have a hag to go after for you.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah.
So Throck. What do you want to do, bud? I don't know if Montana's with us because of his internet.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like it's frozen.
Because sometimes I can't tell if he's just listening intently or.
Yeah, frozen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The issue is, this is a Throck storyline. Like.
Well,
Mhm.
you mentioned a hag. I can try and brainstorm what you would want to do with that for the future.
What? While Throck contemplates in the swamp. Yeah. Well, while we're here, Proserpina.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, magic's not my forte, so I don't understand a whole lot of it. But apparently a hag came to me while I was taking a bath, offered to help me, give me some dreams that would help me find some answers I had in exchange for some of my dreams, and I agreed to give her a few of my, not all my dreams.
She took her soul. It's a, what was that called again? I was told this.
A dream eater.
It's
That
a dream eater.
sounds
Yeah.
textbook to me.
Mhm.
And I will say, if you didn't give all your dreams, they don't technically have your whole soul, only a part of it. But that can still be bad.
I think Montana
At
might
least
be
you're
back.
not dead, though. Then that'd be very bad.
Yeah.
Oh
Can you
look,
guys hear me?
Throck. Yeah.
Yay, Throck.
Well, I just don't know what I should wish for.
Sure.
I think infusing Bloodtail with negative energy sounds like the best bet. But getting the negative energy, I worry we're not going to have time to do it. I guess that is what I should wish for, though. So I can at least know where it is.
So he
For
froze
just a
again.
sec.
So I'm just gonna kind of speak up. You know, we might not have to go to hell. We can drop him off in the Shadowfell. Time works differently there, from what I understand. We can.
Well, that wasn't the deal though. I don't think we can.
What is he gonna do if he's in the Shadowfell? It'll be a future us problem.
Kill us on the spot. You
What? Listen, just let me finish before you. Who's he? Let me finish. God. The cast wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud. Like, there goes Montana again.
It's on purpose this time, at least.
Yeah. This time, we be like, listen, we'll take you somewhere that can give you power to fight Tiamat. And we take him to the Shadowfell. And we don't have to tell him how long it's gonna take. And be like, when you're done, we'll come get you. Just, let us know when you're done. Because he'll have other things to deal with down there.
I think he's gonna kill us on the spot. We're not taking him.
This is why you talk to him about it, Hung Hoozy. Like, he clearly isn't an unreasonable dragon. He agreed to this to begin with. And if it gives him a power to actually kill Tiamat, then he can do it. Like, you're...
I think you can talk. I think you can talk to him about staying in the Shadowfell possibly indefinitely.
Do I look like a
soul.
sorcerer? I'm just giving us options. Like, you know what? I could just not do anything. You can deal with the dragon, and I will just be like, you know what? I'm gonna go build my tower and deal with the lich that is still hovering over us, who will probably find out eventually that we duped her. That's that we have to deal with.
We got the alibi. The alibi settled, isn't it?
For
now, unless you thought it.
She still wants to take over. Like, you don't know what her plans are. Like, she's probably mad. She knows she's mad. But anyway, future us problem. I'm just giving you options. Like, these are options to do, and you're just such a negative Nancy. Be a little positive once in a while. Jeez. Like, just don't turn down every idea. Like, because you haven't come up with anything. You just sit there, no, he's going to eat us. No, he's going to eat us. No, he's going to eat us. And it's like,
what do you mean I haven't
you
come
do
up with
it.
anything? I identified the goddamn problem in the first place. The critical problem that he needs something to kill. Listen, if you
we're not killing Tiamat. Do you just want to go fight the dragon now? Just go kill him now.
I'm saying that
we could do that.
We
were prepared for that.
We don't want to just leave Throck behind in hell.
I don't want to leave Throck behind in hell. Like, I don't.
Yeah, that's the problem that we've got to solve. I gave you one option. I don't think it's a great one, but I think it'd probably work. Frankly, Dragon probably won't go for it, but we're probably not going to do it. Wizards already told us that we could probably use authority.
I'm still here. Okay. I'm listening. Sorry.
If we're really okay, giving Ancient Red Dragon that's over. Honestly, if that's going to be a problem, it's probably not going to be a problem for centuries.
I just say go drop him off, and I can get the fuck out of there pretty fast. So,
I mean, if we just go in, I think Throck is going to stay behind.
Probably.
I think. Yeah, and we don't want that to happen.
No, but he's his own crocodile. He's a big boy. He can make his own decisions. He knows that he has the option of leaving if he wants, and if he wants to stay, he can stay. That's his turmoil. We can't be responsible for all of our friends' decisions.
And sometimes you gotta help out when you can. Because if we don't, he's gonna kill himself.
I have offered what I am capable of helping with, and that is getting him out of the situation.
All right, Proserpina.
Yeah.
It sounds like we probably can't get him to be a shadow dragon by tomorrow. We probably can't.
Yeah, that's kind of what I understood.
Hello.
Hi, Throck.
I think we're good.
So, Throck, Andra and Tonguzi have been arguing about what to do. Andra also proposed the plan of just dumping Bloodtail in the Shadowfell and leaving him there until he's a shadow dragon. What, Throck, were you meaning to say to the wizard, though?
I think the best idea is to get the pure shadow energy from somewhere. At least I think that's the best use of my wish, is to know where that is so I can get it. Hopefully on this plane of existence. Did you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your formal wish? Sorry, I just want. It sounded like you were more speaking about it. I just didn't want to assume.
I guess I'm thinking out loud.
Please, it happens all the time.
Hmm. What do you guys think? Do you think of a better way of using the wish?
I mean, I always could always think of better ways to using wishes, but not in this moment. Brock, this is your wish. So,
Okay.
Uh, if you think that's the best option, that's your best option.
Okay. Uh, Wait, could I include us being brought there as well?
or have it brought to him.
Make a roll here.
Have it brought straight to the dragon.
Hmm. Just because, Andrea, we might need your powerful spells to wherever we're going.
Sure.
Well, the tricky thing is, if it's within the plane of Aureal, yes.
Hmm.
But this wish, if it's the way you word it, will give me and you multiple locations.
Okay. Hmm. I wish to know where any pure shadow energy is.
Immediately, Throck, you are literally thrown on your back by an invisible force, and your eyes like shine with light as your consciousness flies out of your body. You soar across Oriol, and you see, first of all, you actually recognize a local area, the area around Bronze Hill, with its kind of like hills where the town gets its name. And you see a mine, and you fly deep within it, and you see this kind of natural kind of slime-like substance with these different like tadpole-like creatures coming around. And as you fly deeper in the mine, you see Slod, a mine, just a bunch of Slod just seemingly having taken over a mine. And you see, with like a very crude shrine built around it, a large moat of the blackest, darkest shadow. Like there's the darkness spell, but
Something
this
foul lurks
is a
beneath.
darkness that you don't think any light or any magic could pierce. So that is one. You then fly away from Bronze Hill, and because it's part of the wish, you basically understand like where you are geographically. You fly past your swamp, past it, past the large city of Calum, and to a small island port town that this spell informs you is named Kraken Watch. Uh, you see it is pretty like a foggy, dim port town, and you can see a lot of like fisher folk. It's not an exceptionally large town. It does have as a big point of interest like a massive lighthouse with a unnaturally bright glow. But you descend down beneath a large building within Kraken's Watch, and you see this mode of shadow inside somebody's safe. It's like somebody has a safe down below their home, and this is the only thing in that safe. Uh, and you then fly through Aureal, and you sense that you are on the plane of Dis, the second layer of hell. That you can see what appears to be like a market, just fully a market with very few humanoids. You see devils of all shapes and sizes milling about. exchanging gold to a degree, but you see these large iron discs with like a glowing skull on them being exchanged more so than gold. And you can see a large bone devil. So it's like a 10-foot tall, pale white bone figure with like this one has like 6 limbs, so like it's standing on 4 legs and has 2 arms and a massive like scorpion jagged tail. You can see they have like a whole storefront, and back in their back storeroom, you can see one more moat. You also are quickly teleported, and you can see you briefly, very briefly, as even in this divinatory state, it is painful as you know you are briefly brought to see the plane of negative energy. Even when, because that is the source of where these motes come from. And by the wording of the spell, it is a location that you could find them. But as like you feel for a second like your like projected consciousness erode just in the 2 seconds you're there. Uh, After that, you are brought to the Shadowfell, and for time's sake, you're shown like upwards of 5 locations where these different moats are. None of them are like abandoned though. You like there are undead, or I'll say there 2 of them you can see are within ruined buildings that seem to be taken over by some more sentient undead. Like there, you can see some wights and ghouls that appear to have taken over the settlement. You see one in a mountain peak, and that mountain peak is being flown around by a giant skeletal dragon, the skeleton of an ancient dragon flying around it. Um, and the fourth one you can see a very regal looking woman dressed imperiously pale skin with a court full of slightly similar but lesser looking, a little more bestial figures, looking imperiously as she holds up a glass of, is that wine? No blood, as she cheers everyone, and then in a brazier, like a main chandelier above this whole feast, you can see this moat of pure shadow. And then the last place you see, very different in the Shadowfell to everything else, you are brought to an inverted, floating, pure black pyramid. You see harbored in there hundreds, maybe thousands, definitely thousands of darker skin, although the skin tones vary, elves. Um, the spell informs you that you are seeing the home of the Shatter Kai, um, as you can see guarded heavily one of these moats within it as well. Yes.
Okay. And I Frock comes back to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa. Gets up. Well, there's a lot of places. I guess I wasn't expecting them to be so many. But I think the best option was on an island called Kraken Watch. There's a safe at the bottom of a tower, and in that safe is a mode of shadow energy. So I think we should go there, or we could go to the bottom of Bronze Hill and fight more of those slod creatures. Or we can go to hell. We're already going. But there is like this creature made from bones and like a bone tail that was, I think, selling things. Or no, we're not going there. But there's also the Shadowfell, a couple of places. But yeah,
Krakenswatch isn't that far from here.
What can we get? What can we get there? Smash and grab
Well,
and still
as
get out in time.
part of the wish, I did say I could teleport you all to a location on the material plane. So getting back is all on you, but I could certainly do it.
Oh. Let me put my game face on.
so how big did the tower seem? Was it like a huge tower? Like
Which tower?
the tower on Kraken Watch.
So the tower was a lighthouse. It's a massive
Oh.
lighthouse with an unnaturally bright light. But then down below, it wasn't below the lighthouse. It was just down below a like larger house, like a manor. So probably someone of like some amount of wealth or esteem beneath that. And because like you would know it if you saw it.
Okay. Should we just... I guess the quickest way is not asking and just busting in and taking.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, can you bring us exactly where that dark energy is? And I could just get us out of there, like, if you like, we were never there.
Depends on how good the teleport is. I'm really good at magic, but I can't change how teleports work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll. Let's just go. Let's do it.
Prospina, you while you're here, do you want to wish for something? Everybody gets one.
Okay, this is gonna sound weird. If there are people that we've already killed several times who are still trying to kill us, how do we stop them from killing us?
That could be a couple of different things.
Okay, let me explain more.
Wonderful.
So my mother's dead husband.
Sure.
Long story. He started a group called the Order of the Wilted Rose. They have this thing about killing devils, and hi.
All right.
I go into all blah 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 blah. Go into the details.
Yeah. Well,
I
it sounds
could, but
like
yeah.
sounds like you've got a resonant problem. So, what you either need to do is, well, an act of God would work, or possibly a wish. But it sounds as though at the speed and with the different abilities that these wilted rows are using, that they are being, we will just say, sponsored by another possibly infernal entity. That would mean,
yeah.
while they are reforming, you would need to find that location and then you could disperse them.
Okay, that sounds like not fun.
No, revenants are never fun.
Especially given the last time we fought them, he kind of sent me to hell.
Oh, well, do you know where, potentially?
I was falling, and there's like
Oh,
a big river, lots of like souls, people, things. There's this tower, and as I was falling, these two giant horns showed up, and I just heard the word interesting.
Honker is gonna get his journal out and like, because I do remember he did see the symbol that was briefly burned and printed on the rafter, and he did copy that down, so he's gonna show that symbol.
oh, well, that's pretty easy. So you were briefly sent to the plane of Maladomini, the seventh layer of hell.
Okay.
He is
So it probably is some entity within that plane and location.
Okay.
The tower is probably a good lead. I would be careful. It might, though, be the Archduke's residence since they get are in control of the lair. You don't really do any teleporting or other stuff in the lair of hell without the Archduke noticing. Unless you're very clever.
No, no, I'm not. So I guess if I can make a wish, if I had just one wish,
Sure.
I'm gonna go and whisper it to him.
Okay.
And I will whisper it to you, Rob.
Yes. Secret, secret, guys.
sacred wishes.
Brock leans over to Hung Huzi and just quietly says, "Why did you? How do you know this creature, wizard? How do you know this wizard?"
He's actually kind of infamous because, I mean, like, he'll do that to you. It's only one. He'll do it to just anybody. So, and yeah,
Even
he's
if
been
they're
around.
evil.
Yeah. And I guess he's probably got like some kind of. I guess there's stuff he won't do because, I mean, I don't hear of a lot of people like taking over cities with the help of this ghost wizard. So I mean, there's some things he won't do, but there's a lot of things he will. So if he can get here, then there we go.
All right. As Proserpina makes a wish, you see another like blinding fat flash of arcane light as reality briefly bends around Benbaum the Magnificent, and then that is all. As nothing visible happens or changes. Well, sounds like, unless you want to know more just stuff, we're mostly done here. And so just whenever you're ready, I can teleport you.
Why do you do this?
Why not?
I don't know a lot of things,
Sure.
but this feels dangerous and stupid.
Well, that's very judgy of you.
Yes, I've heard people tell me that I shouldn't say everything that comes to my mind.
Usually, that's called restraint and self-editing.
Okay. It's just... I could have sworn that reality just bent around you.
Correct. It bent around you with your wish. Your consciousness left your body for a couple minutes. Isn't that wild?
Yes. The more I'm around you, the more I feel uncomfortable.
My apologies.
Kind of just retracts into himself a bit.
I'm doing my part to make the world more interesting.
I missed it.
Brock was like, why do you do this? It's kind of dumb.
After asking Uncle he's like, so why does he do this? This seems kind of very open to exploitation by horrible people. And Uzi, technically a horrible person, just got.
Although it does help that most people just assume I'm a myth.
Yeah.
Don't get many visitors.
That's not even that dangerous.
No.
I'm
People
ready to
get
leave.
weird about ghosts and undead.
I mean, the paladins don't seem to be like that bothered, so I mean, it can't be that weird.
Well, let's just remember, like, one of those paladins was Alexander. And Luby was just outvoted.
I can't
Luby
say
didn't come
that.
in here, did he?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, Luby didn't come in here.
I will say, I may or may not have had to chase a couple paladins out of my home in my time.
Did you
But
scared away some pallies?
That's
Aw.
not that hard. With all this time alone, I've been able to set up quite extensive defenses.
I should have asked you for tricks on driving off power. Man, I don't know. That's just. I don't know if this would be like an overstep, but when it comes to grabbing your shadow, you just
Not with your hands. Very not recommended.
right. Is there a? Can you like bag? Is there like a tool?
If you had a bag of holding and you could do it without touching it, that would work. Although taking it out again would be problematic.
Could you take it out?
Me?
Yes.
I suppose possibly. Can't say it's something I know for a fact. I would say if you had any way to put some divine energy around you, whatever you're using to move or grab it, that would really help.
Andra can move things with her mind if she casts that spell.
Yeah.
Rob, how big was the safe? Was it like
Not that large.
something we could probably pick up?
Yeah, like personal safe.
Well, it was in a safe, and the safe was we could carry it, so.
Oh, we can just. Oh, okay, yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, we can totally just take that.
Like Hunguzi just perked up with the idea. Oh, this is a heist now.
Like, oh wait, this is the thing we can actually just take. Okay, let's go.
Yes, I think what you said before. A smash and grab. We just smash in and grab.
Yeah, like Hunguzi is apparently clearly like visibly on board. Like just on great. Yeah,
Okay. Let's do this.
All right. Am I teleporting you now?
Please teleport
All
us.
right, goodbye. There's a flash of light.
Oh, it feels
You
so
all-
weird when someone else does it to us.
And you all just fly off through the sky, and you appear in the middle of a dock, a little off of the intended destination. As I rolled, not a huge ways away, because y'all could have just been on another random island on this coast. But you can see, you all can see, first of all, the massive dock, especially for the city size. Like in general, like this is more of a town. Like this is like a medium sized town, but you can see quite a few docks with a lot of different ships of different sizes, mostly fishing boats, not too many larger ships, but you can all also see a massive lighthouse with an unnaturally bright light and a town ahead of you. People kind of mill about. As you all teleport in, you see everyone kind of gives you like untrusting look, but nobody like approaches you, and no guards run up to like stop you.
Mm. Okay, so we can all still turn into wind. So we can probably enter into the place pretty easily.
I wouldn't recommend just turning into wind in the middle of the town, though. Let's go
So
find.
it's just kind of like it's kind of like looks around and it's kind of like does the keep your voice down a little bit, like motion. Yeah. You gotta need to find. See if we can find somewhere a little less in the middle of everything. Get our bearings.
Mm. Let's walk up to that lighthouse. Then I can kind of trace from there.
All right.
That works.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's that way.
Yeah, so you all approach the lighthouse. You can see standing in front of it are two guards. They hold tridents in their hands and have some armor on. As you all approach, you see they like see you all, and then maybe like a couple seconds after a normal person would, they like it's almost like it takes them a couple seconds to like acknowledge and process the information, and then one of them, a human man, uh, hello, can I help you
Mm.
for?
We're just looking over the view.
Need to get our bearings. A spell went strange. Not sure exactly where we are.
Sure. Do you need direction?
If we know where we are, we can figure out where we're going. We kind of don't. It seemed like the lighthouses are usually, kind of central. I figured we might be able to figure it out if it was like if we knew where this was.
You see the guard kind of nods. Uh, I understand why you would think this, but kind of like points behind you. And as you all look behind, again, I did mention in Throck's visit, and it is still very much the truth, that it is a pretty foggy atmosphere around here. So, because the lighthouse isn't in the middle of the city, it's a little off to the side
Yeah.
because it's a lighthouse. So, from this vantage point, you can kind of see the docks, um, but you can barely see the beginning of the town as the fog grows thicker and thicker.
This didn't work.
I'm again, any idea where you're trying to find?
Hi. Hi, how's it going? I'm with
Hello.
the student association over at the Wizard Student Association over at Malja. And actually, like, sorry, these are just like my friends. They're a
So
little dizzy
you
from.
want the head warlock?
No, I don't want that. What's actually happening? It's insane, but we're essentially on a scavenger hunt. And I'm just looking for a cache that the hint was a lighthouse. So I just need to find the lighthouse where there is this where there's like a pom pom at. I think it's a pom pom. Yeah, we're doing a scavenger hunt. They're confused. They went teleporting. They're not wizards. It hurts sometimes. Like they'll just get a little.
It's a pump. That means
Like for cheerleaders.
We don't have a pom pom.
It's hidden. That's the point of a scavenger hunt. A wizard put it there. For me to
Deception
find.
check.
Mm-hmm. I am gonna do a deception check. Oh, come on, roll 20. Ugh.
I don't think so. The mayor probably would have noticed.
Oh, we can go talk to him. Can you just like direct
So
us that way?
you want as students to interrupt our mayor's day?
Well, we can wait for him to be done. There is a
So
lighthouse here, right? Like I'm in the right place though, right? Like there's a
You
lighthouse
are-
here, right? Like I'm not.
Standing in front of it.
Oh, there it is. So it's somewhere around here. Okay. Do you just want to help me? How about this? How about this? Our school colors are purple and gold. It should be kind of very stringy. Could you just help us find it? Like, we'll watch the door for you.
This is not just the. This is the most important building in the town.
Is it? Why?
isn't it like a navigation.
Lighthouse.
Isn't it like a navigation. The navigation thing.
And also, it's where our mayor works.
Oh, so like, ooh. It might not be inside. It could just be like outside, like buried or in a tree somewhere, or like within a few yards. But
Feel free to search as much as you like outside the lighthouse.
thank you so much. We're just gonna go look the other direction. So, okay,
You don't need permission to do that.
okay. Thank you. Bye. What was your name?
Gregathy.
Gragathy, you're doing such a good job with this lighthouse. You
People
were
call you Greg?
so
Yes.
you were
Hmm?
you were like just so diligent and strong. Like whoever I can see why someone wouldn't leave a pom pom here if you were standing here guarding this place.
Yes, I do not think people would put a I do not think people would put a pom pom in the lighthouse.
It's probably outside. You're totally right. Thank you so much for your help.
I will also mention
you-
the other guard has just been basically blankly staring at you all this whole time. They haven't pitched in.
Like, have you
What's
been kind of
your
like doing like
name?
the same kind of like slow reaction thing that the other guy was doing, like obviously minus talking since
Uh-huh.
he hasn't.
I'm gonna look at the other
Okay.
guard. And what's your name, sir? Ma'am, person, pal.
James Oakley,
Hi, James. How are you?
who? I'm James Oakley.
People
You're
don't call you James?
No,
Oh. Okay.
if I was James, I would have said my name is James.
I guess like Tony just kind of like looks over like, is he always like this?
Like what?
I
Okay.
Yeah, like himself? Yes.
can I do some sort of check?
Maybe you
What
can
are you
make an
thinking?
insight check.
What's going on with these dudes?
Make an
Are
insight
they
check.
yeah. just
They're
Sure.
guards.
yeah, but they're
Like this Hunger seems like he met some guards this time. This was I think this might be a new one on.
I mean, so Anja, it could be just they are just not like the fastest horse in the stable. It could be they could be like on a long shift. Like you might have caught them at the end of their like 12-hour guard shift. You don't know these people. Of course, there is always a possibility. It would be something more sinister or magical is going on, but you can't see or read anything like that right now. Honghuzi, you've talked to a lot of different guards, mostly lying to them, of course. These you definitely have never seen anyone act like this because they're tired or drunk. Like you know how like tired guards and drunk guards and like dumb guards act. They're not really fitting any of those bills. So your gut says maybe something else is going on.
Have, like this is obviously our first time here. Have you guys felt a little like maybe off lately, like distracted? Sorry, it's just
Kind of looks at the door. No, we are the best guards, like yelling towards the door where you know the mayor like is up in like at some direction.
uh, I should say not in like a professional capacity. It's obviously like you're doing your job very well here, like very alert, very attentive. You know, you're on point. Like certainly, if we had nefarious intentions, I think you've confronted, alerted, like doing your jobs. Just I guess call it like a little like medical thing, maybe. I'm just wondering because I don't think I've seen.
Right as rain. This is we haven't been guards for very long.
oh.
Did you say warlock before?
Yes. Do you want to meet our head warlock?
Is it also the mayor?
No,
Why did you say head warlock?
because there's plenty of warlocks.
To who?
That's personal, I feel like.
Are they also the same?
It also seems like a personal question.
Are you a warlock?
No, I'm a Gregathy.
Gregathy, I think Throck would love to go meet a warlock. While I look around for my pom-pom, could you go take him there?
Jamothy? Yeah, I'll be good. All right. Right this way.
Cool. As they're sort of being escorted, I'm going to look over at Jamothy. And I'm going to take his hand. I'd be like, Jamothy, you have been so wonderful. And thank you so much for letting us inside of the tower as I cast Modify Memory on him.
All right. What kind of save is that?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
What's your DC?
17.
Okay. So what is the memory you're modifying?
The memory is that he agreed to let us inside of this tower to look for the item. What?
It's not in the tower.
Oh.
It's in a manor.
Yeah.
Let's retcon all
Y'all were just trying to get in there to try and get your bearings around the town.
Oh.
That was absolutely what Hamid was like selling. Yeah, we find out where we are.
Okay. Wow. I feel like I just wasted like 30 minutes of roleplay because I felt like it was in the tower. I just want to retcon all of that.
Who knows what's in here though?
Yeah, but I don't.
If you want to retcon it.
Yeah, I would like to retcon that, please, because I had stepped away and I guess I had missed.
Yeah.
And I just thought that we were supposed to be going. I would even like retcon away.
I I think we'll just say like before you do the whole like, hey, why don't you step away and not modify memory? It like
Yeah.
just quickly dawns on Andre like, oh wait, no,
It's not in here.
this is not exactly where you need to go.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just
I'm gonna
retcon
ask:
back.
does the head warlock stay in a manor?
I'm not sure where they live. They don't work in the manor.
But there is a manor.
There's a couple of there. Yeah, lots of people have well, not lots. A few people have manors.
Brock, do you know what the manor looked like?
Yeah. As he's getting walked away. Which way is he? Is he taking me
I
towards
thought I had
the town?
retconned that.
No,
Yeah.
we've rewound
Okay.
because that was a
Okay.
Val on your mind getting crossed. So
Yeah.
we're there. We're just talking to both the guards.
Okay.
Thank you, Rob.
Yes. yes. It's.
However you
yes.
describe it, Montana, if you want to do that, it's what it looks like.
Okay, I'm not going to describe it in front of the guards, though.
Okay, yeah.
But we should probably just take a look around the town. So because of this fog.
Let's just take a look around town then. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Is there anything we should be on the lookout for, like local aggressive wildlife?
Not in town. That's what we're for.
That makes sense.
And you're doing such a good job. Thank you.
Yes.
You look like you could use a drink though. Make sure you take care of yourselves and hydrate when you get off shift, okay?
We keep hydrated.
Eat lots of vegetables too. Not just fruit. You need to have vegetables for your vitamins.
It's mostly fish here.
So you get seaweed?
Yeah.
Those are vegetables.
Yeah.
You get lots of electrolytes from seaweed.
Yes, electrite.
Yeah, he like standing slightly behind Hunter. He's like, I don't know.
Electric bike.
This is why you go to school. Alright, well thanks guys. Alright, let's go look for this manor. That was weird. Wasn't that
wait until we're actually
you're out of earshot.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. That's not drugs.
Yeah, that's
drugs.
Weird. That was super
No,
weird.
you don't understand. That's not drugs. That's not alcohol. That's not weed. That's not stupid. I don't know what that is. That doesn't happen.
That could have just been who they are.
Bullshit.
Well, we'll see if any other people are acting weird. If that's the case, apparently the mayor is hanging out inside the tower because they just turned around and was like, "Oh, we're good guards!" Yelling at the door. They were not smart enough. They were obviously yelling at somebody.
Yeah, they also said that the mayor works in the lab.
Yeah, we saw that from a 10-foot mile. So, thing is I think somebody knows that we're being nosy at the very least. So just we're on a scavenger hunt, okay?
All right. So you all walk into the greater part of Kraken's Watch. First of all the buildings, there's no stone. It's all wooden and thatch. All the buildings are built on elevated platforms because not particularly solid ground around here. Pretty marshy, damp, and not really suitable. Looks like pretty much the lighthouse is the only stone building here on probably one of the few solid rock foundation cliffs in the local area. And so walking around the streets. First of all, you thought maybe it would go away as you got into the town. No, everything just smells of just fish. Some of it more putrid than some places more putrid than others, but just the pervading sea salt, kind of oceanside scent is heavily pushed away by just the smell of fish. everywhere.
Well, they're getting
As
their omega-3s, that's for sure.
I mean, it does seem like seaweed and fish probably makes like at least 80% of these people's diet.
We
You
should get some fresh
also,
seafood off the boat. I'm just saying, like, it's usually cheapest, especially shellfish. Like, if we can get some crab or some shrimp and take it back with us for dinner, that would be great.
I don't want to steal any of this weird fish. I get my clothes.
you can also
Who's
see
gonna buy it?
it's also not that bright out, as the only light are like periodic lanterns set up on the streets, enough to like not to be able to see what all the buildings are around, but it's certainly not a like brightly lit place. Um, and yeah, you all start walking through. I'll say everyone go ahead and make me a perception check.
He's not going to be out soon.
I think Hung Huzi, you're almost offended by how little good thieving there is in this town. Like these are fisher folk, and then the like industries that rely on fishing. Like this is not a wealthy place. Yeah,
like the most valuable thing I could steal might be somebody's prized fish hook.
Like or like a dinghy, right? Like somebody's like fishing boat would probably be the most expensive thing. Like that you could physically like take. Obviously, there's like large boats here as well. But other than that, yeah, just kind of walking around. Everything. I mean, you know, it's a new place for all of you, so just kind of wandering around. We'll say briefly, Proserpina, you do notice there are a couple individuals in like bluish green robes, hoods up, kind of just walking through the street and like round the corner. Nobody seemed like surprised or approached them. And unless anyone wants to do anything, you will continue to walk through the streets looking for the men.
Yeah, everyone keep an eye out. The manors, I guess a rainbow is the best way to describe it. It is a house that has almost every color I've ever seen and more all over it. So,
how are the townsfolk looking that are on the street, the working?
Give me another perception check.
Must be outside then.
You try and like study folks, but first of all, people don't just like hang around outside that much. It's not like it's super pleasant. It's not terrible, but as you try and like observe folks, a lot of them like catch on and like move away or like do something else. So you're having a hard time like seeing someone in the long term, because maybe if you went into like a building where people are sticking around, it'd be easier. But just out on the streets, people are like just moving about their day.
Hi, excuse me. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt your day. Just like trying to weigh someone down.
Make a just straight charisma roll.
Yeah. I know it's
just keep their head down and keep walking.
I'm just looking for a tavern. Okay, bye. Wow, they're really kind of looks at herself. Small towns.
Not the friendliest of people.
I mean, look. Small towns.
No, maybe it's.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe we need to look outside a little bit.
I was just gonna see if they could tell us where the Rainbow House was. Seemed easy enough, or a tavern where we can find out where the Rainbow House is.
That establishes prior cause. You never want to have prior cause established, especially when you're new.
I can suck this entire town into a black hole.
It just kind of like looks like Like, why would you say that?
All right. So, unless there's anything else, you all can begin just looking for.
Yeah, just searching.
Yep. So I will say, um, whoever wants to can make the investigation check for navigating the streets trying to find it, or if you all want to try and look at townsfolk or anything else that you might think might be suspicious, you may as well. Or you may always give one of your teammates advantage. So who among you wants to do what?
I have a +9 investigation, so if anyone would like to help me, that'd be nice.
Yeah, Honguzi's gonna assist on the investigation, partly because uh, he doesn't like this town. He doesn't like looking at the people. He doesn't like being looked at by the people, and he's pretty sure those guards got some kind of magic on them. And I don't want no magic guards business talking. Then.
And if you would like, Brock, you can also still make the investigation if you're just trying to find. But also, Andre did get a 25.
Sure, I'll do it for funsies.
Yeah. I mean, it's what Brock would probably do. And Proserpina?
I'm gonna see if one of those weird road people walk by. I'm gonna try to really closely observe them.
Yeah. Right in. Okay.
A little bit better.
I'll say you briefly see one of these rogue figures approached by a townsperson holding up a snapped fishing rod, and they just glide their hand across it, a gloved hand across it, and the fishing rod reattaches itself and unbreaks. And then both of them kind of walk off to a different location. So, Brock, you are keeping your eyes out. You are in a like damp environment. You like this amount of like moisture is actually pretty comfortable for you. And you are searching. You are searching and looking high and low. And then how far away, how far past the house do you let Brock get, Anja, before you like
I just let him like walk. I'm gonna let him walk past it. Like I'm gonna stop in the front door as he just keeps going. And if Honguzi's gonna say anything, I'm like, no, let's just wait till he notices until we're not walking behind him anymore.
He kind of like looks and he kind of like notices that she's doing like the just kind of.
Brock, give me a perception check, Brock.
Let's give him a second.
Okay, you get like 3 houses down before you're like, wait, I'm the only one moving forward. What is that?
Turn around.
I wave at Brock from where I'm sitting. Hey, buddy. Look, I found it.
What?
So then, like, he just kind of goes like, we should have done it over under.
It was. He might die in hell tomorrow, so I want to give this to him. Like.
What you see before you is a pastel nightmare.
Oh my god.
So it would appear that a large wooden house has been painted any color the owners have been able to get their hands on at different times, and it does not do well in this oceanside environment. So there are layers upon layers of differently aged and weathered colored paints. There is not a lot of rhyme, reason, or pattern. Maybe at one point the house was split into different colors on different sections, but at this point, so much painting over and retouching with probably whatever paints they had access to has had to be done, that it's a lot to look at. It's not bright, and that's why I say pastel. Like all the colors have been muted by the weathering and time, but yeah, it's just a lot.
So do we want to wind in there, or do we want to just walk in and say, "Give us the box."
Like Hunky's like, not not that second thing. I don't know what's off with those guards, but if it's something dangerous, taking hostages is exactly how we make that happen.
Hello, Game Mom Luna and Shader Experience. Thanks for the raid. You
Thank
just caught us
y'all.
as the party's trying to heist some pure shadow to turn a dragon into a shadow dragon from a town where people are acting kind of weird, and there's weird robed people around. Yay!
Yeah, if we can,
Nothing
if,
on this.
if we can, if we can just get to it, take it, and leave, that's probably the best. As long as we don't come back, we probably don't have to worry too much about consequences.
Like, real quick, I'm just gonna pull out her wand and would like to cast detect magic on the area.
Give me a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Would Since I'm not using magic, would I be able to provide assistance?
You could, yes, I would actually say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Okay. Well, it's a 16.
Okay, with Honghuzi kind of pointing out a couple different things, you do see kind of pervading most of the home an abjurative aura.
An abjurative aura.
So
Cool.
some kind of abjuration spell is on that.
And knowing that there is some abjuration, I'll go ahead and do identify to see what's going on.
So to do that, identify as a touch range. So you'd need to at least open the door and like touch a wall because it's only on the inside of the house.
It's on the inside. Okay. All right.
I
It's
would
on the inside.
Just to like, if my memory is right, when Hong Huzi tried and failed to walk through the walls of the Gith ship, that was prevented by abjuration magic, wasn't it?
Correct.
Okay.
Just to say what the enchantment here is. I will say with the 16, you are able to tell there's not like an alarm spell or a glyph on the door. So maybe it's like this locked, but
there is something that is starting to come to me.
Mm-hmm.
All of the places that my mind went to, they were all dangerous, very dangerous places. So I'm guessing whoever owns this probably also owns the island, and or at least maybe is a powerful warlock. They said that they have a lot of them here. So
Taking in Honghui's gonna like, I'm gonna have to check something now. Like I'm gonna dig a couple gold out of his pocket and like just try to like flag somebody down real quick. Like are they willing to? Are they at least willing to?
This is a persuasion, not just a straight charisma, because you at least have like something to entice.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
There's money, so.
Yeah. Yeah, after like 3 or 4 folks walk past you, still not interested, you see like a young woman kind of walk up. What is it?
Just wanted to, is that the head warlock place?
No.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. And like, and then like you'll like flash a couple more. Like, do you know whose house it is?
No. Like reaches out and holds at her.
And like a quick insight check. Like, is she just?
No, she doesn't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. However many gold you want to say that was. Yeah.
She just like walks back away.
All that 4 gold down here. And yeah, and like walks back to everybody is like, not the head warlock.
Hmm.
So I could. This is an option. If we just want to get in there, get in, and go, I can turn into an earth elemental and shoot giant sunbeams out of my mouth and break in the place, dig to the center of the basement, grab it, and then we can leave.
Is the
Or
magic is that magic you detect gonna could the magic you detect to stop that? Do you know?
Yeah, what is the magic around the walls? Is it on the floor? Is it on the ceiling? What
It
was
seems to be everywhere in the inside.
Okay, it's everywhere on the inside, so it's essentially hugging the inside walls and the floor and the ceiling.
Yep.
you take that down.
I actually am not a I don't know dispel magic. And she just
What
says
was that,
that
Andre? Can you
exactly
speak
like
that?
she says it like that. I don't know dispel magic.
Hmm.
Like I it's mostly because we traveled with people who did, so I learned things that they couldn't. But now those people aren't with us anymore. So I don't know dispel
That's
magic. And the things that I tried to learn today to help us tomorrow was things to help us get the fuck out of hell.
oh, if we're gonna if we want to go loud because you said it was abjuration, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, because if it's abjuration, I probably can't just walk through some walls and
Well,
get to
you
it
would
that
go
way.
into the other plane, so it can't actually affect you at all. If
No, no.
that's
I mean, what I mean is, when I couldn't walk through walls, it was abjuration that stopped me.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
True.
So, like, I mean, I maybe it's not the same thing, but it's
Mm-hmm.
probably probably not safe to assume that it will work anyway.
What do
And
I
if I can only guarantee myself a way in, that doesn't mean I got a way out.
Can
Because
I
you would have to leave etherealness to grab anything.
Yeah, can I do a quick arcana just to be like what spell is most likely to protect warding this house?
You can make an arcana check, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So there's a couple different spells. Obviously, it could be warded against teleportation
Mm-hmm.
or other planar travel in. That's a fairly common. It
Mm-hmm.
also could be blocked from divinatory magic, like scrying
Mm-hmm.
and such. So that is an unscribable location. It could also just be a defensive, like counter nature spell, like a security system, essentially.
Like alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
You don't really have a way of telling without either tripping it or identifying it, which you could theoretically do without tripping the spell,
Yeah.
but you would need to like open the door and keep your hand in there for, I think it takes a minute to cast the spell non-ritually, which, if there's anyone in the home or outside
Mm-hmm.
seeing you do this, not exactly the,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, I can. Okay. Let me see what it is. I can always I can get myself out of a pickle.
Hmm.
Um.
Why don't we all just turn into wind? Is there a gate in front of? I'm guessing there's a gate.
No,
No.
There's not like a gate. There's just like a little staircase up to the slight
On the porch. Yeah.
porch and then front door.
Why don't we just go up to the door, knock, and when they open the door, we just let ourselves in?
Someone can be a distraction.
Oh, we want to. Okay,
The
we want to
knocking could be
this.
the distraction, and the rest of you could go in with wind.
I can serve as the distraction.
Are you sure?
I'll just turn into an earth elemental and start breaking things. And when they try to come after me, I'll just go into the ground.
Don't. That. They said warlocks plural. The warlocks, at least in my experience, they tend to be. If they want to be, they can be very good at breaking stuff. Probably don't want to. You probably don't want to.
He's a warlock. He knows.
He is. When?
We've had this conversation on Susie.
Throck holds up the talisman.
Yeah, he's just been fully openly wearing an infernal talisman.
Who do you think he's been
Since
talking to? Like this whole
He
time? Like he
said it was his master. Do it that though.
was doing the same exact thing Alex was doing to that sword. Like, listen, I know when someone is borrowing magic from somebody else, okay?
The boss is always. I know weirdos who talk to their sword. I thought he was just like doing a thing. It's pathetic.
It's okay, Hung Hoozy. I'm gonna pat his shoulder. It's okay. You are very good at what you do. And I'm proud of you.
True.
He's receptive enough to recognize the implicit insult. He doesn't appreciate it.
It's very much a whole like
the curse of good passive insight.
It's very much in the same vein of like, Hung Hoozy, it's a good thing you're pretty.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I was expecting you to say that.
No, because that's my line.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are very good at what you do. So hopefully the abjuration magic doesn't block out wind. Because if that's the case, then Rock, you're on your own for about a minute.
What I'll give you with the Arcana check is that you don't really know of a spell that could block out wind if there's an opening. Like
Gotcha.
a spell that prevents like teleportation or ethereal things coming in wouldn't block just wind.
Just wind.
Because you aren't physically wind.
Okay, well let's go around the corner and turn into our wind, and Throck will distract, and we will find this box.
Can you three just all give me stealth checks, though?
Spell checks?
No. Stealth.
Oh, checks. Stealth checks. Okay.
Because like you're in an alley, you're like in an alleyway, and like it's a foggy place, but you are still fully doing this in the middle of a town.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. Let's hope they don't get better than a 12. I'll say everyone you three give me a perception check with disadvantage because of fog and turning into wind. Great, you all turn into wind.
Let's commence with the plan.
So, Throck, what do you do?
Throck is gonna also walk into the alleyway real quickly. And he's gonna like duck his head underneath the furs that he has.
Yeah.
And then he's going to use Alter Self.
Yes.
And he's going to transform into Jamosthi.
Yes.
Okay, the town guard, yeah.
And then he's going to walk out into like the middle of people. And then he's going to be like, I feel weird. And then he's going to transform into an earth elemental.
Okay. Great. So...
I thought He was
you
just
see
gonna
this
talk about
happen,
it.
and you see a couple like people who walk by, like, oh my goodness, somebody get the warlocks. There's something wrong with Jamothy.
We're the equivalent of, oh no.
Yeah.
Then gonna like fall into like a building close by, not the manor, obviously, and then just a close building.
Okay. Give me a strength check to control yourself to not do too much damage, because you are massive and heavy. It's not too high a DC because like you've done this a lot. You've been in Earth Elementals a lot before, but just let's just find out.
Sure. Let me just pull up this Earth Cell Elemental stats.
Mhm.
Just a strength.
Just a straight strength check, or if you want to do an Earth Elementals acrobatics, feel free.
No, I'll do the strength.
Okay, there. I thought so. Okay, so yeah, you kind of like bend off a basically like a mailbox, and like a fence, and maybe leave a scrape on the side of one house, but you don't like destroy one. Uh, and yeah, everyone, you start gathering a small crowd outside, like not too close because you're like a weird rampaging elemental who's apparently also a trusted town guard. Um, what are you all doing as Win?
I think we're off script instantly. So, your speed. Let's just see if we can't find a crack in this house. I guess.
Yeah, like a window underneath the door frames, a chimney.
Yeah. So my question: are you going to search, or are you just going to tell me a place, and then I will tell you if there's a crack in there?
I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I'm just gonna like it's a house. She's assumed there's a chimney, and she's gonna go to the roof if there's a chimney there.
There is.
He's gonna try a window because going down a chimney is going up or down a chimney is a great way to get stuck. And he is thinking still like a person because he's not, because he's wind.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This is only like your like fifth time being wind, and like you've still got those criminal instincts. You go to a windows, and maybe because it's kind of shitty weather outside, all the windows are pretty tightly closed. Proserpina, where are you going?
I mean, the only thing I could think of is like, if they said there's magic, but a chimney, I could go to it. I'm going to a chimney too.
All right, so you and Anja glide through the chimney and come out into a small sitting room. There's like a couple well-worn, well-loved seating arrangements and a large fireplace that is currently dark. It's a little dusty in here, like it doesn't look like it's been that well maintained.
Mm-hmm.
But
cool. I'm gonna look for the safe.
yeah, so the fun thing is that the only person who actually knows exactly where the safe is outside the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because Throck got the
basement?
exact. Yeah, sure. Like you all know basement, but like you, Throck, specifically know exactly where to go in the house because that's how the divinatory effect worked. This is just fun for me, I guess. So both of you go ahead and make investigation checks. And Anguzi, where would you go after checking all the windows?
Okay, so windows no good. Back door crack.
There is a crack under the back door. They did not seal, like hermetically seal the doors into where you are able to get into the back door. So Proserpina and Andre, you search trying to find a way down, and you find a promising place, but it turns out to just be a small cellar with some dried fish drying and salted, making some very tasty food, but not what you're looking for. Throck! So you are, what are you doing now? So you've started to gather some attention and a small crowd. Anything else you want to do here, or are you just going to continue the facade?
No, just as long as there's like a big enough crowd and I've generated enough attention, he's gonna be like, and then just start sinking into the ground.
Okay, so you're like falling into the ground slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I sink into the ground, I want to kind of go underneath and then just go over to the manor and then turn into wind.
So before you
Okay.
fully sink into the ground, you see one of these robed figures run up. And so I'm actually out of character. What are your thoughts about dispelling shapeshifting? Because this will go both ways, both for you all and for enemies who are shapeshifted. Obviously, like polymorph and stuff can be spelled because that's a spell effect. This is obviously a magical effect. So my instinct is they have to beat the spell save DC with a straight check, as if it's like, so like for you, it'd be your spell save DC to dispel the shapeshift if that's something we want to do. Because this is kind of a gray area. What are you all thinking? If you want to say,
I think that it
shape changers
really,
can't be.
Yeah, I think that Druid's rules as written is that their shape changing can't be dispelled unless someone is casting polymorph on them.
Well, conversely,
like
I would say,
them. Yeah.
I personally would say if a druid shape changed and walked into an anti-magic field where no magic works, and if it is magic, it goes away, they would turn back into themselves because it's a magical
I can
effect.
see that. I can.
And if memory serves, like Moonbeam.
I'm not a shape changer, so
Moonbeam
yeah.
As written,
I think that only works on
shape changers.
Yeah, very
like
specifically.
Yeah, but it does work on failed saves.
Moonbeam would definitely work on the druid.
Yeah, I think spell save would be appropriate, like if you want to kind of extend that principle. Like that is my goal.
So
does few people disagree?
What's your spell save DC, Rob?
My spell save DC is spells. It is a 16. 16.
So they have a +3 to this roll. So you just need them to not get a 13 or higher. And I'm going to roll this in front of the board. 17 +3 for a 20. So you only see this one rogue figure. This is the only person only warlock who was able to reach in time to even try this. But as they extend a gloved hand, this beam of magic hits you, and you don't like halfway in the ground. I'll say it shunts you out of the ground, and you are just sitting on the ground as Throck, and everyone looks surprised, shocked, concerned, confused, a very large mixture of all the three. So what's your immediate reaction to that, Throck?
Oh my, what happened to me? And then I'm gonna start. I guess I'm going to start turning into wind because it is a 7th level spell, and yeah.
Sure. So that will take a minute.
So yeah, just slowly,
dissipating into wind. Yeah, straight up Thanos style.
Rob, I would love if you could do your specialty, which is either a deception or performance check.
God, do I have any nat 20s?
You do.
You do have a. Let me see here.
Yeah, you do.
You have one. You have a single nat 20.
Then I am going to use that nat 20.
Okay. Yeah. You see the general townsfolk oh my goodness, poor Jamothy, and just concerned and worried for you. But you see the rogue figure start to approach, probably to see if they can help. But we'll cut back to our three friends inside first. So what are you all doing here?
I'm looking for a basement.
So go ahead, all three of you make me an investigation check.
I think we did roll investigation already.
You already did, but this is a second.
A second one, okay.
Second round of it. We're kind of flipping back.
Gotcha.
A thing. So you two, Andre and Parsapina, are looking where a normal person would put a basement. Hunghuzi,
there we go.
You start checking behind walls, behind paintings, behind dressers, and behind a large kind of imperious painting, you can see the false door and the entry into this basement. There's probably a real basement that's not hidden there, but I will say that this entryway is also not airtight. It's very difficult to find and not easy to look at, easy to see at a glance, but it's not airtight. So I will say you can quickly grab your airborne friends and kind of direct them towards.
The
You can
air
blow the
equivalent of
curtains.
Yeah.
the air equivalent of the United States. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, what do y'all want to do?
We'll go inside where.
Yeah, we'll
I
follow
would,
him.
I would,
Yeah.
I would actually like to double back and attempt to see, like, if the house is occupied, where those people are.
So what I will give you for free is that you have been around most of the first floor. There's obviously a couple ways down. So like there's a cellar that you haven't been into, but your companions have, and where you guess the like basement is. There is also the upstairs though, which is completely unexplored. So it's up to you whether you want to be with your friends as they go into the basement, or if you want to go check upstairs.
Don't want to check upstairs. But if I can do the mental arithmetic, like the mental arithmetic to kind of like check off some boxes. Okay, upstairs, don't go there, and don't be very loud. Maybe not a problem.
All right. So you go down with your companions then, it sounds like. So you all are now inside this small cellar-like basement. You can see very clearly a safe built into the wall with a few mage lights providing dim light. I'm assuming you all will spend a minute to
Aja will
engage Wynn.
definitely spend the minute to change back.
Great. So we're going to go back out to Throck then, trying to do his minute of turning into wind. So the warlock is going to approach you, and yeah, kind of in your mind you hear telepathically, what is wrong? Who are you? What is the matter?
I am Jamothi, and I touched this creature, and then I started feeling sick, and then it started changing me into a rock creature, and now this.
Brother James, why? What did you touch?
It looked like a blue creature, almost like a lizard. I want to try to explain a slod to him.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm gonna say, instead of making a roll to see if he knows what a slot is, I'll take another deception check from you to sell this story. You sold that like something's going on and you're Jamothy ? But to sell this lie, another deception. The dice have spoken. That's a natural one. That's a 0.
Could I have been like trying to back away at the
Sure,
time?
sure.
Just trying to crawl.
Of course you can. You see the robed figure kind of tilt its head upward, like the hood of the robe kind of tilts upward as if they're thinking, and then in your mind, well, we must take no risks. We'll have to take you for observation and study to ensure this is not more dire.
It's contagious.
Hold out. You see, they hold out a gloved hand. Take my hand, Brother Jamesy.
Okay, still turning into wind, I guess.
Yep.
Which is-
You're like pretty good way through
Okay.
the wind. As you grab this person's hand, so you are about to be dimension door. Are you willing?
I am not willing.
Okay. So what the crowd sees is this warlock grab hands trying to help Brother Jamothy, and then they disappear through the dimension door spell, and you do not. And immediately you hear like gasps of confusion and concern. And one of the townsfolk, Jamothy, why did you not go with them?
I tried.
Let's do one more deception check then here, bud.
Oh, God. Oh.
That's
Audience, please.
that's not
That's
that's not how the spell works. What is and as people start to put those pieces together, we'll go back inside. So you three turn corporeal or not wind, I suppose, in this basement.
Cool. Well, now that I'm inside, wands out, identify.
Okay, so that's gonna take another minute. What do you two want to do while Anja's doing that?
And I hand the bag of holding to Hunkuzi.
Great.
Yeah.
Can I am proficient in Arcana. Can I do like can I like at least assess like does this look like an alarm that's going to go off in the event that I go off?
I will say either an Arcana or an investigation check works totally great here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you do a thieves' tools check because this is like 100% Hong Huzi's background in a nutshell. Like,
okay, I think that's gonna be Dex plus 12 to let me judge.
Yeah, Dex plus your proficiency. So like your unmodified weapon attack or something like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because this is something Hong Huzi's great at. 25. So you've seen enough safes to know that this is just an ordinary, probably lead-lined, or well, actually no, because you know Throck saw through it. This is just a normal safe. It's a good safe. So like if you were trying to crack it normally, it'd be a little touch and go depending on how lucky you are and how careful you are, but it doesn't appear to be magically worded, unlike the home.
Yeah, he's gonna blink, look around like, and then he's gonna do it, and they're gonna start turning it away. And then like once it's like basically in possession, he's gonna start turning it away.
So you're trying to pick the lock?
No, he's just taking the box. Take the safe. Put the safe in the back hole. Yeah.
So it's in the wall.
Okay.
So like there's no way like it's built into
I was
the
thinking
wall.
it's
So,
like one of like a little personal safe. Like,
yeah, like it's that size, but it's built into the wall.
Okay.
So you would need to somehow get it out of the wall to do that, because otherwise you're just putting a bag against the wall.
Okay. So yeah. So what I need to do is examine this. Like, okay, how do I go about properly removing this thing from the wall?
I guess you can make an investigation check, I suppose.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Yeah. It would be. I mean, if you had enough time and you didn't need to care about being loud, you could obviously just chisel it out or use your magic sword. Like it's not going to break against the stone. But there's not a ton of quick ways. Like your mind goes to like maybe an acid, but you would need to make sure that the acid doesn't also eat up the safe. Although maybe that's equal for you too.
And also, I really don't want to touch acid. That's
yeah.
As I'm like waving my wand, what is the ward that's around here so I know if I can just dimension door out is essentially what I'm doing.
And then Proserpina, anything you want to do, or are you just gonna wait and see?
Given what we're trying to do, I'm going to knock an arrow
Mhm.
and and
Keep watch.
keep watch for someone to either teleport in or staircase.
You got it. If any creature shows up, you will get the drop on them. So right before so I will say, Andre, you finish your identify spell, and because I know what spells you're about to take, I know you're familiar with the guards and wards spell. So that's what you get off the identify, and then we're going to shoot on over to Throck again. So yeah, there's a lot of people kind of questioning why you did this standing around you, and they're starting to go from concerned to a little scared or like distrusting. What do you want to do? You have probably like 18, like 3 more rounds left. Like you're almost there.
Can I cast a spell while this is happening?
Sure. So what I will say, if it's a bonus action spell, easy peasy. If you cast if you cast an action spell, it basically just like extends out the length you need to focus. So like take 1:06.
Okay. Okay. So then I'm going to cast her alter self again because I can do it at will.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it look like my skin is kind of like boiling, and like kind of like pustules are coming out. It's getting worse. Don't come close. And like have one kind of like explode on my face.
Sure. So I will say, go ahead and make me a spell test. I will allow you to basically use your spell casting ability instead of deception. So go ahead and make a wisdom check. You're definitely not proficient in this, but you are using your spells to your advantage.
Okay. I mean, I'm supposed to get a good roll eventually. That's how probability works, right?
Yes, I agree. That is generally how probability works. Although, you know what? I'll let you roll again with advantage, because actually thinking about these townsfolk, you would have an advantage going on here.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Never mind. Probability hates you tonight. Yeah. So there's 3 rounds left for you to go. But the townsfolk look at you and say, we have to take care of him now. And like fishing knives and implements are pulled out, and they start kind of rushing towards you. So you have 2 rounds.
Can I just start running?
Okay. Yes. The thing is, you gathered a crowd. That means from both sides. So like you can get away from half of them, but that means you're also running towards another half, or you can try and get through like an alleyway, but that isn't guaranteed to work.
I'm just gonna curl into a ball.
Okay.
And just try to resist them picking me up or grabbing me or anything like that.
Okay. You got it. So you just
Hope I
go
can
prone on the ground, curl into a ball. What's your AC? Non-shapeshifted?
It is not bad. It's 14.
Okay. These people are not proficient with fighting, so an 11 is not going to do anything. So the first round, basically, people come up. You can feel people are trying to like get at you, like you're a threat to the town. Like people might, like you hear folks calling for guards and warlocks. Like people are like, get this, like whatever's going on out of here. So your last round, before you shape away, they do have advantage because you went prone. So that you will take kind of like basically treating them like a swarm. You will take 25 points of various physical damage as you get fisherman knife, fisherfolk knife, and like kicked and stoned. Like this is like essentially a small mob who sees this like magically sick person that threatens the town, and then as that's going on, you just turn into wind.
Okay, then I just wind up.
concerning them even more. Like you see like a couple people like one guy just like faints out of like surprise and like shock, like yeah, all right, so we're back in you three. Anya, you
Yeah.
just identified the guards and ward spell.
Yeah. And I'm actually reading the effects of the spell,
Correct.
and it doesn't actually look like it prevents us from getting out magically.
It does not.
Yeah, it would just confuse us if we try to physically, as people, go through it. So, but I just don't want to waste my teleportation and dimension door. I would have to take one of you. So I'm going to look over at the safe and Hung Hoozy looking over it. It's like, all right, everyone, Hung Hoozy, hold out the bag. Proserpina, start turning into wind.
Hung is gonna like, we gotta take this thing out of the wall.
Yeah, I know. And she's gonna cast telekinesis and just essentially magically pull the safe out of the wall. I'm assuming it's because it would be a strength save on something that isn't.
I mean, so the weight is not an issue.
Yeah.
Telekinesis is more than strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll in front of the board.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want a 5 or lower.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is not a quiet or subtle process.
Right.
There is a chance that no one notices this.
Okay. I was going to ask the question: would we be able to impose a 1 in this situation?
Say again.
Would we be able to impose a 1 in this situation?
How so?
The people being concerned enough on both why was Jamathy a giant festering rock, then a lizard, and also a liar, and also Jamathy is he's already post his new job. He's fine. What?
I'm gonna just interrupt you because that is a great argument if that's what I was rolling for.
Yeah, let me kind of just talk about timing here real quick because Anja's smart enough. So this is what she is like planning with her telekinesis. She is telling Hung Hoozy to hold the bag of holding to drop the safe in so that he can hold on to it. And instructing them to start turning into wind. She doesn't want to cast telekinesis to pull it out within 2 rounds. One to cast and one to move the object right when she needs to. Yeah.
I love it. That sounds super sensible.
So that like as soon as it's in the bag, we're wind.
Those 2 would be wind because you have to use your actions to put it in the bag. So you would have 4 rounds.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine because Aja can get the fuck out of there. That's fine. Aja can get the fuck out of there. Like cool.
So first round so like 8th round of transforming, safe comes out and gets moved over. 9th round you're able to put it in the bag. Hung Hoozy. And then in reaction, though, all of you make a Constitution save as a thick green cloud of gas fills the room. And it smells like just ass. Just the worst smell.
I smelled ass before.
Proserpina, you lived on a farm. This is nothing.
This is just methane. The algorithm has not been nice to me today, so...
Not nice to you. If I can think of someone it's been less kind to.
I am not blade song, so I don't get anything. But I did still roll a natural 18, so my con is...
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So you all see in this moment a massive green cloud appears in the room. The hallway up fills with thick fog. Or no, not thick fog, with a numerous amount of spider webs, just like all around. And the Cards and Rewards spell has gone off, which Andra knows. So that is the 9th round. 10th round, Proserpina and Hung Huzi turn into wind because of how y'all cleverly ordered this. You still have 2 rounds in this room unless you do anything. So, start of your turn, you need to make another con save.
So I'm going to ask a possibly very strange question. Can I swirl around Anja to try to make this a bit easier on her? Like by moving some of this poison wind away.
I will say, make me a dexterity check as wind, because this is a magically thick effect, to see if you can have enough of an effect to impact Anja.
Should I use my dexterity, or should we set something? Okay.
I'll just your dexterity. So you try doing it, but it's just like every time you just like disperse some of it, it magically like refills.
It's all right. We're fine. Because I rolled a nat 20. We're fine.
Oh, okay.
Listen, Anja's dice are very, very nice to her. You'll just, there it is, right there, just to show. And because we made it on this turn, I will be like, I'll see you outside, and I will cast Dimension Door to go outside.
All right. Where do you want to exit your Dimension Door?
I want to exit it where in the, like, we went around the house to turn into
wind. Yeah, you
wind.
went into like an alleyway.
Yeah, I'll do it in that alleyway.
Okay. I need you to roll me a stealth check.
Yeah. That will be so my stealth is +3. That'll be a 14.
Okay. So you appear outside, and in the seconds before you turn into wind, you see a massive crowd of confused and angry townsfolk who are now kind of milling about. And you see for a second, some people see you and like, wait, who's that? And then you turn into wind. And you're like, my God, there's another wind one. So, Proserpina, Hung, I'm guessing you are jetting out of the...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, I would love it if you both rolled me a d20 and you tell me whether you're shooting for high or low.
All of us?
No, just the 2 people flying out of the house the way they came.
I'm going to say high.
Okay.
I'm going to say low.
Okay. So, Hung Huzi, you sail through this thick fog, the spider webs, to a extremely thick with fog corridor that you remember exiting, and are able to fly through it and enter like the sitting room parlor. Proserpina, as you fly through the same corridor and hit that fog, as you exit, you find yourself further into the home, like in a room you briefly checked. It's like a office. That it's not where the corridor leads, but that's where you are.
Oh, boy. Well, let's backtrack and find another way out.
All right, give me another high or low roll here. And then Hung Huzi, another one if you want to get to the front entryway.
Let's go low.
All
Again.
right. Go ahead.
I'm going to call high.
Okay, so I will say, because a lot of the corridors are full of fog, you 2 both see swirls of fog pass each other as you 2 both end up in the sitting room. one of you again. And I'm going to now let you know that there are 2 rounds left. So, what are you 2 doing then?
Can you like emergency unform? Like, can you in the spell?
You can take a minute to unwing.
I see.
If
Okay.
Brock knew to drop the spell, he could drop the spell.
So in that case, I think you just gotta keep attempting.
Yep, just gonna keep going.
All right.
I'm just gonna stick with high again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go high too. Going high. Come on, dice,
Great.
don't hate me.
All right. So you fly through more thick fog in the small corridor between entryway and the door frame. 1 round left, but you are in front of the front door. I need you both to make me intelligence checks.
Okay.
Not the highest DC, but Honghuzi, this is not where the door was. It's like a couple feet to the right of where the door was originally. Proserpina, everything's good. You finally got to the door.
Is it possible for me to win communication? Can
I would love this for you to describe how you communicate. Wait, this door is an illusion. Follow me as wind.
I am going. There's a lot of fog and there's a lot of poison in the air right now.
Well, the poison was just in the
okay. So there's a lot of fog, and if it's anything like poison, I know I can blow it around. So what I'm going to attempt to do is blow an arrow. I'm going to attempt to like blow an arrow pointing like where I believe the door actually is.
So here's what I'm going to say, because you definitely can do that. Yes. I'm going to require basically a dexterity check to do that in a timely manner so that you can both leave before what I'm counting down happens. If you wanted to.
I absolutely understand that, and because my tension is high, I am going to use a natural 20.
All right. So you see Proserpina, while you are like flying to the door, quickly an arrow points at like the wall. But then I'm guessing Honghuzi, you then go and kind of leave, and you see the Honghuzi wind, presumably flow.
Oh, I recognize that wind, all right.
And you float.
I've smelled it.
Amazing. So
I love you too.
I think we can fast forward to you all eventually kind of finding each other. It might, having to fly around, like signaling with fog, eventually.
It's pretty easy for me to find Throck because of the crowd, and then sort of lead Throck back to like the house, and then hopefully find everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Then, so, is the plan then to teleport or wind back? Okay.
If it is possible on the Zoom wind signal, let's reform out of town, significantly out of town.
Okay. I think that was the plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was definitely the plan. Mm-hmm.
So I will say, go ahead and just give me that teleport D100 roll.
Yeah, for sure.
For the swamp.
This is a 10.
So this counts as very familiar to you. So.
Mm-hmm. Where's my zeros earlier? Yeah, 73.
Great. Yeah, you had a 75% chance of no hiccups. So great. So we are going to see the party flash away, but we don't see them appear in the swamp. Instead, the camera stays in Kraken's watch. And zooms back over to the house as we slightly flash back, seeing the 2 heroes fly just under the door. We see kind of walking along the side of the wall, not using the stairs, we see an eclectically dressed individual, like standing, maybe about 6.5 foot tall, pale skin with just a kind of manner about them. They have like they are dressed in, imagine a pinstripe suit, but then make the pinstripes different colors, and you're like kind of in the right area.
So like seafoam green and pink.
But like rainbow, like
Yeah,
a rainbow
yeah.
pinstripe suit.
Nice, nice.
With
Okay.
like with like a nice white shirt with like that ruffle out the front underneath. With like a walking cane, just walking along the side of the hallway down the stairs, and seeing that, we see them close their eyes as if they're checking on something, and then their eyes dart open, they scowl, and they go, and we see two pointed teeth right there. And that's where we'll end this episode of Revenge of the Gith. Thank you all so much for being here and watching, and especially any raiders who were able to stick around.
So good.
Let's go through some outros here so you all can find out where you can find the rest of them.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. So next time you can find us on this channel right here. Lots of our games are starting to wrap up this season. We're coming towards the end. So tomorrow you can catch the semi-finale of Turn and Burn, our Expanse RPG. Then Saturday you can catch our Dragon Age RPG, In Darkness Unbroken, Saturday afternoon. And then we're back here on Wednesday. But as for myself, you can find me next time my face will be on the internet. Will be over on Weave the Tale, where I will play in the horniest game I have ever been in my entire life. What is happening? I don't know. Do not bring your children, but come watch us seriously. As I am playing Defiant, and I legitimately get to be a Velociraptor goddess. Who owns a burlesque club. So that's what's happening for me. If you're interested in playing games in the future on our channel, please join in our Discord. We still have our Coriolis applications open. We have a good number of those. So there's 11 people last time I checked that have applied for that. So before I close that at the end of the week, be sure to get your name in. And very soon we will be casting for both an Animorphs Forge in the Dark game that I will be running, and a most likely an Urban Shadows game. So keep an eye out for that. Join the Discord. Stick around for the raid after everybody else does their outros. So please, everybody else, where can we find you on the internet in the next 7 days, my friends? What you doing?
Hi. I am Obadiah. You can find me at Josta Dyson on Twitter. Perhaps one fine evening you just might even find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Shinraudi, streaming a fun video game. And once upon a time, you could have found me on Friday GMing the Shades of Tartarus. However, we just had our finale. So for the time being, I recommend you sub to the Valdrian's YouTube channel if you have not already, for some of those episodes as they go up.
It'll be a couple of weeks, but they'll be up soon. Yeah.
And it was a fantastic season. Absolutely worth your time. Check it out.
All right, everyone. You can find me all over the internet as Robin Shadle. My Thursday game on Gruber McEvil's channel is off this week because of longsword fencing classes, but we'll be back there next Thursday. And of course, otherwise you'll hear me dispensing writing advice, talking about random weird things that happen while I grade essays, and then hawking my novel, which, by the way, has vampires with much better fashion sense.
Hello, everyone. I'm Montana. You can find me at Montana What on Instagram and at Montana What 2 on Twitter. And you can check me on the 16th on my channel Neospife. We're going to be playing a 5e game that's totally improvised. I improvise based off what my players do. And right now we're in an alphabet world. And I think I might do something this Saturday on the channel where I'm just gonna do some improv with some people. We're gonna do some improv games. So I guess if you like improv, come watch that.
Awesome. And if you don't like improv, why'd you watch this whole stream? Hello, I'm Robbie Rowling. You can find me as such on Twitch or Twitter. You can see me tomorrow night on the wonderful Roll for Chaos, RF Chaos, playing our Thursday game of Aether and Steamworks. You can also find me Monday nights on Stephen Dewey's channel playing the Blackout Club. Super cool video. Come check us out if you haven't already. And then on the 29th, you can check a one shot on Rupee Heart's channel and RF Chaos of my one shot for Interesting Works, like Clockwork. And of course, if you just want to hear me, not see me, I understand. Go check out Not Quite Heroes, where 5th edition and Quest Actual Play podcast at NQH, here at NQH podcast on Twitter. That's me.
All right, friends. Once again, thank you so much for coming and showing up. We're going to give a raid over to my friend Mitchie. She is playing some Pokemon Snap and is also about to reach her 1,000 follower goal. I think she's at 971. So if you don't follow Mitchie already, please do that to help her reach that goal. Otherwise, we will see you again tomorrow night. Everyone wave. Bye. We love you. See ya.